The test of a first-rate intelligence is the ability to hold two opposed ideas in the mind at the same time and still retain the ability to function. Francis Scott Fitzgerald.
Is the world cognizable?
Remember our Missy-the-cell metaphor from the chapter, What is God? Let's use it once more to answer the questions. Is the world cognizable? And if so, how much cognizable is it? Let's imagine that among Missy's cells there are scientists studying the mysteries of the universe, which we should note they perceive only as sequences of nerve impulses arriving from Missy's visual, auditory, tactile, gustatory, and olfactory receptors. Our scientist cells are convinced that they fully understand, for example, all the properties of the three-dimensional space they inhabit, and since all the space accessible to their observations exists only inside Missy's body, they are sure that the shortest distance between 2 points inside her rear right and left legs is a straight line running along the vessels in the right leg, through Missy's abdomen, and then down the vessels in the left leg to the desired point. The scientist cells also constantly detect strange, random jolts and accelerations, sometimes very intense, like when Missy is joyfully romping in a meadow, and sometimes barely noticeable, like when she's sleeping. No matter how vivid their imagination, the cells cannot picture Missy's meadow, the summer heat, the large purple dragonfly resting on the rusty handlebar of an overturned tricycle, or the chirping of grasshoppers in the thick, fragrant grass. The cells are utterly incapable of imagining why their God, our Missy, would suddenly want to leap about and frolic on some summer meadow, so instead they explain such gravitational anomalies to themselves as the effect of some mysterious dark energy in the universe, or something along those lines. Now imagine how these cells, based on their understanding of reality, might interpret the sound of an airplane flying in the sky over Missy's meadow. In the context of the cells, there simply can't be a concept of an airplane. This concept likely doesn't even exist in Missy's own context. For Missy's cells, the sound of an airplane is a text that they are fundamentally incapable of interpreting correctly. Yet the signal impulses continue to flicker mysteriously and tantalizingly across their cellular sky. You'll agree that for the cells, reality is only cognizable at the cellular level, while for Missy, it's cognizable at a higher Missy level. In other words,
for each level in the hierarchy of life, there is a limit to what reality can be cognized. Further advancement, cognition, beyond that limit is only possible at a higher level of life's hierarchy.
To sum up, we, humans, need to deeply understand that in reality, there must be certain phenomena of the universe, texts, that we will never be able to interpret correctly, because these phenomena reflect the realities of higher levels in the hierarchy of life. Let's remember this very important conclusion. In appendices, we'll see just how dangerous it can be to attempt to cognize higher levels in the hierarchy of life.
Summary.
For each level in the hierarchy of life, there is a limit to what can be cognized. Further advancement, cognition, beyond that limit is only possible at a higher level of life's hierarchy. There must objectively exist some texts that we will never be able to interpret adequately, because these texts reflect the realities of higher levels in the hierarchy of life.